Why do men lie? Interesting question, right? Especially grown men, and outside of a scenario where you're lying to stay alive in some sort of a weird, fringe life or death scenario. Outside of a scenario like that, why would you lie? The reason why a grown man would lie when his life isn't on the line is because of fear. And it's usually a fear of not wanting to feel a certain kind of feeling. Like, for example, your friends call you and they invite you to hang out. And you come up with a white lie about how you can't because you're busy with X, Y, and Z. Got a deadline for work. Oh, the kids, the wife, parents, whatever. Why are you lying? Can't just say no? I don't want to hang out? No. Men have such a hard time being able to simply say no. Honey, do I look good in these pants? No. They don't do you justice. Would you like to go here and do that? No, I don't. Maybe it's somebody repeating their problem for the 7th time because they're always being dramatic and you're just being polite and listening and pretending that you care. Why not just say, no, I don't want to hear this anymore. You're full of shit. You're the problem now. Grown men, from my observation of my own life, when I've told lies, white lies, gray lies, black lies, whatever color spectrum of lies you want to apply, when I've told lies and when I observe other men telling lies, again, white, gray, black, whatever, when you really think about it, it's because of fear, specifically not wanting to feel a feeling, not being okay with feeling a feeling of making somebody else feel rejected, not wanting to feel tension, not wanting to feel any awkwardness, not wanting to hurt somebody's feelings, not wanting to create a feeling of your wife or girlfriend being butthurt over you telling her that her butt doesn't look good in those pants. And so men lie from a fear of feeling a feeling or experiencing a circumstance, an emotional and mental circumstance that we don't want to feel or experience in the short term, only to chip away at our integrity and self-respect long term. I'm not old, I'm not young. I guess to some people I'm young, but to most people I'll be considered around middle-aged. On paper, anyway. And in my observation of life, of my own and other men's, telling even white lies, the innocent lies, it does chip away and erode at your self-respect and your integrity. And then what happens is, pretty soon after that, an erosion of your self-esteem follows, your confidence follows, an erosion of that, and then an erosion of your masculinity and your masculine spirit. If my girlfriend asks me if she looks good or bad in something, and I think that it doesn't do her justice, I tell her such and such pants, such and such romper, whatever dress, don't look good on her, don't do her justice. Because I, as a man, chose my girlfriend. And when I'm walking down the street with her, I don't want her looking less than her best. For her on her behalf, and selfishly as a representation of me. If somebody calls me or texts me and wants me to hang out, or wants something from me, asking for a favor. Why white lie? Why not just say no? If they don't understand or aren't mature enough or capable of hearing a no, now you as a man understand and know that they are probably somewhat emotionally immature. One could even go so far as to state that there might be narcissistic, overly amplified narcissistic tendencies. Side quest, we're all on a narcissistic spectrum. It's a survival mechanism. Read Human Nature by Robert Greene. We all have narcissism in us. As we get older, some of us lose it a little bit, but still have a little. Some of us have just the healthy dose we need to shovel shit and get through life. And then some of us have a whole lot of it. So it's a spectrum. But my point is that we only lie as men because of a feeling we don't want to feel and an experience we don't want to have mentally. But that's it. It's all in our head. If you are afraid to tell the truth over a simple little situation of, no, I don't want to do that favor. No, I can't hang. No, I don't want to hang out. No, that doesn't look good on you. No, I don't agree with that politician. No, I don't support this social agenda. If you can't tell the truth over seemingly small or easy things, how can you tell yourself the truth over big, deep things? Like being honest with yourself about your character, your integrity, your habits, your energy, your beliefs. How can you be honest with yourself over big things where if you were really honest with yourself, it would create, probably for a while, unpleasant feelings, emotions as you come to grips with reality after telling yourself the truth? How could you possibly ever endeavor to do that if you can't even handle a little bit of negative tension socially with friends, for example, as a common example? So really just think about that and evaluate it for yourself. Play around with the idea. Why do you tell white lies, gray lies, black lies? Why do you tell lies? What is it that you're afraid to feel? What is it that you don't want to experience mentally? To dig just a little further, and then I'll leave you with this. It would seem to me that many men tell the white lies, tell the gray lies, because they're afraid to lose what they have. They're afraid, you're afraid perhaps, that if you said what you really think and feel, you would lose the few friendships that you have. You would lose the girlfriend and the access that you do have to sex or whatever it is that you find that you like in your girlfriend, the companionship, etc. There's the fear of not wanting to feel the feeling or the negative tension mentally, but underlying that is then the deeper thing, and usually, I believe, from my observation, the deeper thing is that you're afraid to lose something. You're afraid to lose social standing, social connection, relationships, being invited to this or being a part of that, losing a girlfriend, so on and so forth. You with me? And so if you find yourself telling lies, even small ones, and being unaligned and incongruent with integrity, and doing that ultimately over a fear of loss, of losing what little you do have, your masculine spirit will be non-existent. you will snuff it out. Good news is you can always bring it back. But if you're living a life like that, you have no masculine edge to you. Because you would disrespect yourself so much that you would tell lies over little things and over not wanting to feel little moments of tension at the cost of your overall integrity and self-respect, because you're afraid to lose a little something. That thing and what little good dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, validation, whatever that you get from that thing, those friends, that girlfriend, that part of your life, what little you get out of it, the validation of it is, and the comfort of it is so important that you will trade in your integrity, your self-respect, your masculinity in for that. That's the state of scarcity that you're living in. And then you wonder why so many men, maybe you, don't feel self-respect, have low self-esteem, don't have a lot of confidence, utterly lack any semblance of masculinity. We can't even say no. Like, that's not okay to say no. Think about that. That is mind-blowing. You dig? So think deeply and ponder deeply upon your own life and look for places where you tell white lies and gray lies. And ask yourself, what is it that you're afraid of? What is it that you're afraid of feeling? What is it that you're afraid of mentally experiencing? And then ultimately, what's behind that? What is it that you're afraid of losing? Acknowledge that, accept that you're afraid of losing it, and then stand in your truth, stand in your masculinity. You don't have to be rude or an asshole, but just be honest, direct, be honest and be direct. With kindness, but be honest and direct. Let your no be no and your yes be yes. You might be surprised at how much self-respect you get and how much it grows over something so small as to not tell white lies anymore. And in the short term, people might give you shit and you might have to deal with some flack and friction. But in the long term, everybody who remains is going to respect you a hell of a lot more because they know that you respect yourself.